Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the November 2025 Beach Grove Redevelopment Commission meeting. I will call this meeting to order at 6:01 p.m. As usual, per of a roll call vote, I'll ask each member to introduce themselves, starting to my far right.
Phil Davis.
Jenny Wenzel.
Matthew Kochever, President.
David Copenhaver, Vice President.
Andrew Noon, Secretary.
Brian Downard, School Board Representative for Rob Chalice.
All right. Thank you. Tonight, we have the final piece of business that we have to take up to take our new Consolidated Economic and Redevelopment Plan and add it officially to the city's redevelopment plan. That requires two steps. Number one is to hold a public hearing to allow for folks to come in and either raise support or remonstrate or speak against making this consolidated plan part of our official city redevelopment plan. Notice was issued timely. I have a copy with me here, and also I noticed in the docket that we have an invoice from the newspapers where this public notice was published. I've not received anything from City Hall of any written petitions, remonstrances, and no one as of 6 p.m. has signed up for the public hearing. So with that, I will give one final call for any member of the public who wishes to speak at this public hearing. Hearing none, I will consider the public hearing on this matter to be closed. We will now proceed to consideration of resolution number 2025-6. Resolution of the City of Beech Grove Redevelopment Commission confirming the establishment of an allocation area in the City of Beech Grove and amending existing plan. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas the Commission adopted resolution number 2025-5, the declaratory resolution on September 18, 2025, to amend and replace the previously approved City of Beech Grove redevelopment plan, and adopt a new Consolidated Economic and Redevelopment Plan, the 2025 Consolidated Plan. Whereas pursuant to Section 16D of Indiana Code 36-7-14, as amended, the Act, the Common Council of the City of Beech Grove, Common Council, on October 20, 2025, adopted Resolution Number 3, 2025, determining that the declaratory resolution and 2025 Consolidated Plan conformed to the plan of development for the city and improving in all respects the declaratory resolution and the 2025 Consolidated Plan. Whereas the Commission has received the written order of approval as required by Section 17A of the Act. Whereas pursuant to Section 17A of the Act, the Commission caused to be published a notice of public hearing with respect to the declaratory resolution, the notice of public hearing, in accordance with Indiana Code 5-3-1, and made available maps and other data for public inspection at the office of the mayor of the City of Beech Grove. Whereas pursuant to Section 17B of the Act, the Commission caused the notice of public hearing to be filed in the applicable offices of the departments, bodies, and officers of the unit having to do with unit planning, variances for zoning ordinance, land use, and the issuance of building permits. Whereas pursuant to Section 17D of the Act, at the hearing held by the Commission on November 20, 2025, public hearing, the Commission heard all persons interested in the proceedings and considered any written remonstrances that were filed and all evidence presented. And whereas the Commission now desires to take final action determining the public utility and benefit of the 2025 Consolidated Plan and confirming the declaratory resolution in accordance with the Act. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the City of Beech Grove Redevelopment Commission as the governing body of the City of Beech Grove Redevelopment Department as follows. 1. The Commission finds that it is in the public utility and benefit of the City of Beech Grove to take final action on the actions contemplated in the declaratory resolution as approved by the Common Council. 2. After considering the evidence presented at the public hearing, the Commission hereby confirms the findings and determinations, designations, and approving and adopting actions contained in the declaratory resolution. 3. After considering the evidence presented at the public hearing, the commission hereby finds and determines that it will be of public utility and benefit to adopt the 2025 consolidated plan as approved by the Common Council, and the 2025 consolidated plan is hereby approved in all respects. 4, the declaratory resolution is hereby confirmed. 5, this resolution constitutes final action pursuant to Section 17D of the Act by the Commission determining the public utility and benefit of the 2025 consolidated plan and confirming the declaratory resolution in all respects. The officers of the Commission are directed to cause to be recorded this final action taken by the Commission pursuant to the requirements of Section 17D of the Act, and to cause to be filed prior to December 1, 2025, the information required by Section 17E of the Act with the County Auditor and the Department of Local Government Finance. 6, this resolution takes effect immediately upon its adoption by the Commission. Last page, adopted this the 20th day of November 2025, City of Beech Grove Redevelopment Commission, ending with lines for our signatures. You've heard the resolution. Anyone want to make a motion to adopt this resolution?
All right. I'll make a motion to adopt the resolution.
Thank you, Andrew. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, David. Any discussion on this matter? Outside of, yay, we're done with part 1.
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
In the title there, confirming the establishment of an allocation area, is that covering the TIF that we did as well?
No, that was already, that was completed about
what-
2 or 3 months
That's
ago.
what I thought.
think
So
it's
what's
just
this, is this just a legal mumbo jumbo?
attorneys. I don't think it's any harm. It's a title.
We
The
could delete that if, I think it's really more of an oversight. That could be.
Yeah, so I think it's just a typo. I personally believe it doesn't. It's just the title doesn't do anything.
Okay.
The whereas and
Because
the
there's nothing in the
therefore clause-
body obviously referring to an allocation area.
So no, it's just
Okay.
adding this. That's what's in there. So if we're all good, then yeah, let's get this adopted. Anyone else? All right. Hearing none, the motion is on the adoption of resolution number 2025-6. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. I have 3 copies of the resolution here. I'm going to send these over to Andrew to sign first, and then work our way to our right. 1 copy will be left with Andrew for the secretary record. 1 will be left to be put into our files downstairs in the clerk treasurer's office, and 1 will be given to our attorneys to be placed in our RDC file that they maintain. Aaron.
So for purposes of having a, I guess, a corrected copy with an appropriate title, do you want to make this subject to changing the title?
Do you want to swap out the first page and update the title? Consent. Again, to us, it doesn't. To me, it doesn't do anything. What's in the resolution itself, the resolve clauses, explain what this resolution is doing.
I just want to ask, where was it at?
In the title itself, the whole part on the first
title
page.
itself.
Yeah, it mentions the
establishment
allocation
of an
area. We're not
allocation
changing our allocation areas with this. We're just changing the plan. What we do. What
We're really
planning
just
for
amending the
redevelopment.
existing plan, that allocation.
Yeah, so remove allocation area. It's just a swap. We have the bottom page. We give them to the the attorneys. We can swap out the first page.
The only question I have is this the document that will go to the DLGF?
What goes to DLGF and the county auditor?
So it gets this and the declaratory resolution, so it'll get both of them. So that's why I wanted to.
Yeah,
I think if we're gonna be submitting it, it might be better to have the correct
Yeah,
title on it.
that's the point I was going to make too. Is that if it's going to the state, I think we ought to make sure that it's as correct as possible.
Okay. Then, if there's not any objections, I would like to say yes. Attorneys, please update the first page of the document for the copies that go to the county auditor and DLGF. So the reference to a change in allocation area is removed from the title.
Okay.
We're all good with that. And then I would ask that once that's done, send over a PDF copy to me so I can send to everyone else so they have a signed copy with the corrected title on there.
Sure.
Would that literally just be taken out from confirming to area? Does that make
I
sense?
think it just said confirming the establishment
actually-
of and amending existing plan.
after resolution of the City of Beech Grove Redevelopment Commission amending existing plan, would that
I
just
think
be?
I would take out an allocation area and insert the 2025 consolidated plan.
Okay.
Okay.
So that way we have that as well as amending the existing plan.
Correct.
Okay.
Really, the existing plan is being replaced.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right, thank you, Aaron. Okay, we'll get that done. Once I get a copy, I will forward it over to all of you. Yeah, as we sign, pass them to the right and everything. We'll move on to the next item of business, which is the approval of the September 18 and October 16 minutes. I have the October 16 minutes in front of us. I will wait a couple of minutes to make sure people have had a chance to review and also sign the resolutions, but whenever someone's ready, if you want to make a motion to approve the October 16 minutes, go right ahead.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay. Well, at least for the purposes of discussion, I'm going to make a motion to adopt the minutes for the October 16 RDC meeting. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Jenny. All right. Anyone got any questions for our wonderful secretary?
Good work. As always.
All right, everyone good?
Yep.
I'm going to call the motion. Motion is to approve the October 16 RDC minutes as presented. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it and the motion is approved. All right, we did not approve the September minutes at our last meeting. So
I could
I will
make
try,
it-
are they ready to go? Are we satisfied?
If I could just make a note, I was the one who requested enhancement, and after reviewing it and rethinking it, I'd like to recall my proposal to change it, leave it as is. I think you've done a good job. Let's just withdraw my request to enhance the minutes from the September meeting.
Okay, thank you. So on that, I will, because they have been reviewed, we all have copies of them. Is there a motion to approve the September 18 RDC meeting minutes as presented by our secretary?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, David. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Phil. Discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it, and the motion is approved. Okay. All right, let's move on to the approval of our docket this evening. Okay. That's where it went. Okay, can you pass this document down to Ryan down there? I got mixed in with mine. Okay. The first thing, just to go through as we approach the end of this calendar year, I updated this morning before I went to the office my view of where our accounts are, where our funding line items are, and everything. So this is the standard 3-page Excel document that I send you. The first one is the line items that we set in our spending plan for this 2025 calendar year. At present, left in the line items for RDC projects is $1,901,006.01. For professional services, that's attorneys, fiscal consultants, paying for public notices, as well as the bond insurance that we have to have every year. What remains at the beginning of this month is $17,065.76. The second page keeps track of what should be in the RDC fund. Last month, we approved a docket of $20,200.19, and so that we should have in our RDC account a balance of $1,873,716.97. And then the last page tracks what is in our account and then what would be available that's not currently tied up with an approved either spending plan line item or funding application. So the top line as of November 1, $1,873,716.97 in the RDC fund. Money that is in the spending plan or in an approved funding application. There are 4 items now still present. Professional services, $17,065.76. The professional services contract to assist the RDC in implementing our new consolidated plan, as well as do some other, assist the RDC in other matters, $150,000. Funding application 2024-5, that's $130,000, and funding application, I'm going to reread that line. Funding application 2024-5, $130,000. And then funding application 2025-2, $275,865. If today all that was spent and was on the docket and we approved that docket, the RDC fund should have remaining $1,300,786.21, preferably for other RDC projects. So that's your update on that one. The docket. It's a light docket, as I'm pleasantly surprised by. I will go through my usual spiel. This is the allowance of accounts payable vouchers for the City of Beech Grove, RDC. It reads in part, we have examined the accounts payable vouchers listed on the foregoing register of accounts payable vouchers consisting of 1 page. Except for accounts payables not allowed as shown on the register, such accounts payables are hereby allowed in the total amount of $1,291.11. If we go to the second page, this is the accounts payable register. There are 3 entries. First one is to Lewis and Capps for professional services, legal services, in the amount of $988. The second entry is to RLI. According to the invoices I have, that is for our bond insurance as a board of the city for, I'm assuming, the 2026 calendar year. That's the amount of $263. The last one is to the IBJ Corporation. That is for the publishing of our public hearing notice, and that is in the amount of $40.11. So we can go into questions. Is there a motion to approve the docket?
Guess I'll make.
I'll make that motion.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm going to say Phil, and then seconded by Andrew. To the docket. Questions, discussion?
Pretty easy one for once.
Yes. Matthew is happy because getting out of downtown is already stressful enough. Any other questions? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to approve the docket say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it and the motion is approved. Mayor, I believe you have some information, some things you'd like to share with us, so.
Real quick, please.
Floor is yours.
Good evening, members. First of all, I want to thank you for your work on the comprehensive plan. I'm excited for that to finally be complete so we can share it. Last week I had an event with the Indy Chamber on Main Street, and about 155 people purchased a ticket to come and hear about Beech Grove. So we talked a lot about the plan. So they're very excited to hear that. So want to give you a little update on the landfill. It's been an ongoing problem and concern with IDEM. We met with Wessler and our DPW crew about a month ago, and our new DPW director wanted to tackle the Grand Canyon issue down there. So if you've seen any of the reports, there's kind of the Grand Canyon down there, a huge area where the water has removed substantial amount of the landfill and exposing a lot of the leachate and a lot of the debris and trash that is out there. So that being said, I have a report that Tim Cochran put together that I'd like to share with you all for your information. And we'll kind of go through real quick. It was a big project and a lot of days. Our DPW guys, like I said, they offered to do it, and I said, if you guys are willing to try it, go right ahead. So they did, and we'll go through this real quick. So the front is before, and you see that those bottom pictures there. That is the exposed waste for the landfill. It was, and that's kind of been the biggest concern from IDEM. All the letters that you'll see, they always mention the Grand Canyon and the void that was down there. So if you kind of go through here, they cleared some of the brush. Next page, you see a couple of the other erosion channels of the water that is coming from the top of the landfill down into the creek there. Kind of shows what they did. They rented some equipment, ordered a whole bunch of stone, and then began to cut back the trees and the limbs to get back to that area to where that exposed waste is. I won't go through everything, but you kind of flip through the pictures here. It took them a few days. Talks about what they did. They removed some of the check dams as requested by IDEM. They brought in a whole bunch of soil, and if you come to the second to last page, they started to fill in the Grand Canyon. They filled the trail in. They covered a lot of waste. And you go to the back page, and it kind of shows you the finished project there. Looks like a slip and slide. So that's exciting there. So that shows the end product. So that Grand Canyon is gone, and everything's filled in, and the erosion is no longer taking place anymore in that area. So that was a big concern from IDEM. So we sent that over to them, and then they in turn sent us a letter, and they were very happy about the progress. So I think this is probably the most progress the city has done, and probably as long as we've had it is my guess. But
Thank you.
Thank you.
so if you read this letter, it just basically states that they received this packet, and the report shows that we cleared vegetation, recapped, and regraded the access trail. Stone was added for soil stability, clearing of vegetation in other areas of the landfill, filled in and regraded large erosion gully on the northeast side of the landfill, and the final cap of the erosion gully with textile, mat, and additional stone for stability. So this was in reference to a letter that the city received back on May 29, 2024. So it took us a little bit of time to get to that, but like I said, I'm excited to say that it was done. And wanted to say again, if you go back to that last page of that first document, it shows you just how big that area was. They did, people wonder where all the leaves go. So all the leaves get taken over to DPW for compost. So they took 125 cubic yards of old leaves that have been composting for a couple years, 40 cubic yards of topsoil, 40 cubic yards of number 3 stone, and finished with 55 cubic yards of number 1 stone. So a lot of material to fill in those areas, but it is in a much better position. So, and it probably costs less than $10,000 is what it costs for all this material and the rental of the equipment. Our employees, that cost is not included, but we're excited. So just want to let you know about that. So, any questions?
Can you, it says they'll get back with you within 90 days to schedule a follow-up inspection. Can you get that to us once you get it?
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, so sometimes they're quick on that, sometimes they're not. So yeah, they on the other letters said they'll come back out and actually see it in person, so they haven't done that. But yeah, we'll let you know.
I was just gonna say, thank you very
No
much
problem.
for coming in and giving us an update.
Oh, no
on it
problem.
And
It's a-
everything like that.
It's needed to be addressed for many years, and like I said, when they offered to do it, I was a little hesitant because I don't want our guys going out there and doing things that we don't have the proper equipment or training for. But they were more than happy to try it, and like I said, they enjoyed it. They liked running some of that equipment, and that was a good project for them, and they enjoyed it. So
Did they give you guidance as to how to do that?
Western did.
Western, okay.
Yes, IDEM did. They knew we were doing it because we had a couple Zoom calls, and then Wester suggested filling it in. We asked them if we could do that, and they said yes. We just need a Band-Aid, is what IDEM told us. So we put I think we put much more than a Band-Aid. They just wanted us to put some dirt in, but we kind of did it a little bit beyond that. So
Hey, Jim, two things. Oh, first thing, it seemed that some time ago when I remember reading one of the IDM reports, there were 4 areas that were leaching into the creek. And it seems that maybe we fixed one of them. Is that what we're saying?
This was items the biggest concern, and there are a few areas. If you look at that area, there's a few other erosion areas, the upper void and lower voids. There's a few areas that we fixed, but no, there are other areas that need to be corrected. They're a little tougher to get to, but this was items' biggest concern, the Grand Canyon.
And second of all, I just want to say thank you so much for coming in and helping us understand what's going on with that.
Absolutely.
We've been struggling with that as a commission for some time, and I appreciate your time.
Yeah, there has been a whole lot going on there. So, but yeah, I was excited about this. Like I said, I'm very proud of our DPW employees, and they did a fabulous job with this, and we're very fortunate.
One last thing I wanted to say, a little bit off topic, but Jim, I just wanted to say fantastic job on the Veterans Day celebration. I thought that was a great event for our city, and thank you for hosting it and putting that together. That was I think, a fantastic program.
Thank you.
I'm really prideful that we were able to.
We're trying to liven it up a little bit. We've had, with the ceremonies been happening each year, and just trying to bring in and include other people with the kids. And then anytime you can get some kids involved, I think it makes it so much more.
You did a great job with that, Jim.
Appreciate it. That's all I got, guys. You guys had an early meeting tonight. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Also, Phil, you are a veteran yourself.
Yes.
Right? That I will wish you a happy belated Veterans
Oh,
Day.
thank you.
As well as anyone else who I may not know but who has served in our armed forces. You are a credit to our country and our state and our city.
It's an honor.
Is there anything else, folks? Then okay. I will say first, have a happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And if you are traveling, do be safe. Can't wait for next week because I'd really like it to have a couple days off. It's driving downtown, much less being in the offices. But with that, we conclude our agenda for this evening. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make said motion.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. Is there a second?
Second?
Thank you, David. All those in favor of the motion say aye.
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 All those opposed? The ayes have it. The motion is approved, and we are adjourned at 6:27 p.m. I can go home and hopefully not fall asleep and actually make dinner. Watch the football.